Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for this additional $320 billion. American business needs it. I appreciate all that everyone in our government is doing right now to help us in this trying time. Thanks for your time this morning.
Well, thank you for your objective view of it all.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Liberal Expression. Now, it's amazing. After ignoring it for 36 days, this was the week that ABC News on Thursday finally covered the sexual assault allegations against Joe Biden. Good Morning America co-host George Stephanopoulos, who has handled these types of issues before when he worked for alleged sexual abuser Bill Clinton, well, he belatedly brought ABC viewers up to speed.
Back now with calls for Joe Biden to personally address an allegation of sexual assault by a former staffer who worked in his Senate office in the early 1990s. Mary Bruce is in Washington with the story. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, as Joe Biden's race for the White House enters a new phase, this accusation is hovering over his campaign. And this morning, Joe Biden is still silent, yet to comment personally on these allegations. This morning, Joe Biden is under growing pressure to address an accusation that has been lingering for weeks.
It was very painful, and it's had a long-lasting effect on my life.
Tara Reid was a 29-year-old staff assistant in Biden's Senate office in 1993 when she says he sexually assaulted her.
ABC viewers could maybe hear those allegations from Reid herself because she's claiming she actually did an interview with ABC a couple of weeks ago. But if it exists, it strangely has never aired, which would, kind of fit into ABC's history of covering sexual abuse allegations that could possibly hurt people that leftists like. I mean, remember that interview they had with an alleged Jeffrey Epstein victim?
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything.
Yeah, it seems like it's a bit of a Mickey Mouse news operation over there. But it's not just them, it's the whole of the liberal media that has shown an aversion to covering Reid's sexual assault allegations against Biden. Earlier this week, they found something that was even more scandalous than sexual assault allegations against a Democratic presidential contender. It clearly warranted tons of coverage. What could it be?
First of all, it sets a good example. It's the policy of the hospital. Right? I mean, this is the policy of the hospital. A lot of people get tested. I work at a hospital. I get tested. I still wear a mask. Third of all, it's a hospital in the middle of a pandemic. I mean, that is a time when you wear a mask. Right?
If you think you have 100% confidence because you tested negative once, twice, 3 times, Sanjay, isn't the reality that we don't know that you're 100% not contagious when you test negative, and that test is only as good as the day it's on?
I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to be here, to be able to speak to these researchers, these incredible healthcare personnel, and look them in the eye and say thank you.
Was the mask cover your eyes? Look, you can make an excuse for anything.
And Fredo and the leftist media do know something about having excuses. Vice President Mike Pence not wearing a mask at the Mayo Clinic on Tuesday garnered 3 times more airtime in 24 hours compared to what they spent on Biden's scandal in an entire month up to that point. Because, well, Pence is a Republican. Now, Democrats, like, say, Nancy Pelosi, well, they just get some slightly better treatment when they're showcased on TV.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for this additional $320 billion. American business needs it. I appreciate all that everyone in our government is doing right now to help us in this trying time. Thanks for your time this morning.
Well, thank you for your objective view of it all, because that's all very helpful.
I am so sure that MSNBC's view of it all is very, very helpful to Pelosi and her ilk. She's so thankful, and Stephanie is just so thankful. There's just so much love going on there. But they have no love for the GOP-led Senate. The Senate wants to reconvene and get things done, and MSNBC certainly doesn't like that.
Senate Democrats are urging Mitch McConnell not to bring the chamber back to Washington on Monday. In fact, Senator Dianne Feinstein is calling on the majority leader to follow the House's lead and reconsider his plan to reconvene next week.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is planning to bring you and your colleagues back to the Capitol on Monday to start working again. Do you think that the Senate should be coming back next week to do judicial nominations, and do you share those concerns?
we shouldn't be coming back to do judicial nominations.
Oh no, the Senate might actually do its job addressing coronavirus issues and confirming judges. The leftist media cannot stand that. They like those stay-at-home orders, and they hate anything GOP related.
And so these not conservatives, they're idiots. These Trumpists who think that they're finding a way forward politically by attacking stay-at-home orders, they're the 10%. They're the 15%. They're in the minority. If they think this is how they're going to build the future of the Republican Party after Trump loses his fall, they are badly mistaken.
Wait, what was that, Swami Joe? Is that news or facts or...
If they think this is how they're going to build the future of the Republican Party after Trump loses his fall?
I do love a good Swami Joe prediction. Historically, they're really fun to look back on.
Yeah, that's a guy who knows he's going to lose. Yeah. That's a guy who knows. You start talking that way, and I don't know that he's ever wanted to win, but it's sad. It's sad and pathetic what's going on out there. If you are a Republican and would actually like to control one branch of government after this election.
Yeah, that is all the time we have. I'm Eric Shiner for MRC TV. Check out MRC-store for great conservative gear, mrctv.org for more great videos. Be sure to like and subscribe on social media. I'll return with some more leftist wackiness next week.